Good afternoon, Bob Dalton coming to you from Allendale's trading floor here in McHenry, Illinois. It is Monday, April 25th, 2011. After the long weekend, markets were closed on Friday. They opened up the grains very strong last night, gapping higher in both the corn and the wheat. Soybeans struggled a little bit to keep pace and even get positive here today, but very strong opens in the corn and the wheat, and we finished up just as strong, if you will. Today, corn in the July contract up 768.5 is where we settled that July corn. Soybeans up only 6 3/4 today, July contract at 1396.5, and we had the wheat up 26.5 today in Chicago, July at 861 1/4. So very strong day for corn and beans. Corn and wheat. Beans did find some strength into the close after trading fairly lower on most of the session. All this occurring with the dollar taking out some significant lows overnight again, finding some strength, currently trading basically unchanged at 74.18.5. Crude oil, about $2 off of its highs right now. We had a large range today in several markets, crude oil being one of them. Right now down only 10 cents on the day at 112.19. Silver posted a very wide range today, as did gold. The metals were very active this morning. So you got to really watch these commodity markets carefully, and if you're trading futures, have stops in case this market does decide to go against your trade, because it can go against you quick and it can go against you in a very negative fashion. Not that having your trade be gone against is positive, but if you're you're only willing to risk 10 cents on something, you end up limit down before you even get out of bed. That's an issue. So run those stops, be safe, talk to brokers here at Allendale. We'll be more than happy to put strategies together for you. Over into the cattle market. Now, here's one of those markets I was talking about having a lot of volatility in them today and swinging one direction very hard, very fast. Feeders this morning, after not trading in the electronics on Sunday night, which is typical of the cattle markets, all livestock, they won't trade the electronics overnight. 9:05 a.m. Chicago time, they will open up and start trading. We had the more deferred feeder contracts open, limit down. All right, and struggled to regain a whole lot of strength as the day went on. We had a cattle on feed report come out on Thursday. First glance, it looked somewhat friendly. Some of the numbers that they were showing us weren't up quite as high. Placements, one of them, weren't up quite as high as the majority of analysts were expecting. But then you look through the report a little bit here, and you're seeing that our 800-pound feeders and 800-plus pound feeders placements were much higher. They held a much higher percentage of placed cattle. They're going to be coming out to the market and flooding the market with beef here soon. So they did hit the cattle markets pretty good. We finished fat cattle in the June contract down 242 today. That's 112.80 is where they settled up the pits in the June fats. Feeders were limit down in the May, 129.97.5 settlement. That's the $3 move that the market will give us. That's as far as they can go, and they took it all today. The hogs today down $1.52.5. That's June hogs at 98.52.5. So lots of excitement here in the first trading day back after Easter. Lots of weather coming across the Midwest we need to keep our eyes on. That's going to delay planting and continue to flood areas that don't need any more water. We already have the banks running high, and levees talking about having levees break now in Missouri after the storm that they saw on, I believe that was Saturday, where the tornado came through St. Louis and tore up the airport. Very, extremely severe weather seen in Missouri, Illinois, over into Indiana. And we know that the areas that need rain really aren't getting a whole lot of it either, like West Texas, Panhandle of Oklahoma, southwestern Kansas. Those areas, talking to clients that are digging up wheat, and it's just not going to produce anything. The insurance guys said go ahead and tear it up, and that's that. So you go from one extreme to the other, which is playing havoc with our markets right now. Be very careful in what you're doing, and please talk with a licensed broker here at Allendale if you're looking for advice on what you should be doing next. Now, with all that being said, we are going to have planning progress numbers come out today at 3 o'clock. Allendale is expecting a 14% number underneath the planted column here today. The average guess is about 13%. Our 5-year average is 22%. All right, so that 14% number would be a little bit better than the average guess, but really, what we've been looking at over the last 2 weeks, as far as the trade is concerned, not so much, what we've done this week versus the 5-year average, but what we did this week versus last year. And last year we were doing much better at this time than we have so far in 2011 on corn planted acres. So keep a close eye on that. Markets open up again tonight at 6 p.m., and I'm sure they will trade at least a percentage of the opening range will be attributed to this report the USDA gives us at 3 o'clock. If you have any questions, again, call in here, 800-262-7538. We'll be more than happy to talk it over with you, and look for our marketing research meeting, which we just conducted a half hour ago here at Allendale, to be emailed out to all you subscribers in the very near future. Check out our website. We'll have some highlights posted there as well, www.allendale-inc.com. Thanks for tuning in today. My name is Bob Dalton. We'll talk to you again very soon.